Where can large desalination plants be built? Have you ever wondered where large desalination plants can be built? This question is essential as we look for solutions to water scarcity. Let's break down the key factors that determine the ideal locations for these facilities. Large desalination plants are typically constructed in coastal areas. This is because they need a reliable source of seawater for the desalination process. Coastal regions with limited freshwater supplies and high water demand are prime spots for these plants. Think about arid or semi-arid regions where freshwater is hard to come by. One major factor in choosing a site is proximity to the ocean. Desalination methods, like reverse osmosis and multi-stage flash evaporation, requiring seawater intake. Being close to the coast reduces the need for extensive infrastructure to transport the seawater. Water demand is another critical aspect. Areas with large populations facing water shortages are common locations for these plants. For instance, parts of the Middle East, California, and Texas have seen significant investments in desalination technology. Saudi Arabia, for example, hosts some of the largest desalination facilities in the world, providing water to millions of people. Energy availability is also vital. Desalination is an energy-intensive process. Therefore, sites with access to reliable and affordable energy sources are preferred. Some large plants are even integrated with power plants to optimize energy use, making operations more efficient. Environmental and regulatory considerations cannot be overlooked. Coastal ecosystems and marine life can be affected by desalination operations, especially through brine discharge. Environmental impact assessments and necessary permits are essential before any construction begins. Lastly, the infrastructure for water distribution plays a key role. Desalination plants must connect to pipelines or water networks to deliver the treated water to consumers. This sometimes requires extending infrastructure inland. Examples of large desalination plants include the Shuaiba/Shoaiba complex on the Red Sea coast of Saudi Arabia. This facility combines multi-stage, flash and reverse osmosis technologies to produce hundreds of thousands of cubic meters of water daily. Another notable example is the Ras Al Khair plant on the Arabian Gulf Coast, which integrates a power plant and hybrid desalination processes to serve millions. In California, the Carlsbad desalination plant uses reverse osmosis to supply water to about 400,000 people. It is strategically located south of major fault lines for added safety. There are also inland desalination plants, such as the K. Bailey Hutchison plant in El Paso, Texas, which treats brackish groundwater instead of seawater. This shows that desalination can also work away from the coast when suitable water sources are available. In summary, large desalination plants are best built in coastal regions with scarce freshwater resources, good energy access, and infrastructure to distribute water. They can also be constructed inland if brackish groundwater is available. The choice of location balances technical feasibility, environmental impact, energy costs, and water demand.